Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, data from Bank of Ghana shows number of jobs advertised in selected print and online media for the first 8 months of 2023 up by 6.6%, but private sector net contributors dips marginally, and Cabinet approves fresh measures to consolidate recent economic gains and commit some expenditure cuts and prudent spending. Also in this bulletin, players in the tourism sector advised to improve customer service as Ghana expects over 120,000 visitors in December during the festive season. We will hear from the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture. These and many more shortly. Grateful for your company. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Let's now settle for the details. The number of jobs advertised in selected print and online media, which partly gauges labor demand in the economy for the first 8 months of 2023, went up by 6.6% to 22,303. That's according to data from the Bank of Ghana. More in this report.
This is compared to 20,929 recorded during the same period in 2022. In August this year, 2,775 job adverts were recorded, indicating an improvement of 12.5% year-on-year. During the same period last year, the number of jobs created was estimated at 2,467. On a month-on-month basis, the number of job vacancies increased by 4.2% from the 2,662 jobs advertised in July 2023. Meanwhile, total private sector Social Security and National Insurance Trust contributors, which partially gauges employment conditions, declined marginally by 1.5% year-on-year to 924,892. On a month-on-month basis, total private sector net contributors dipped by 2.9% from the 952,836 individuals recorded in June 2023.
A Business Desk report. Government has approved fresh set of measures to help sustain the recovery that the economy is recording, as well as expansion. It has also committed some expenditure cuts, describing it as prudent spending in the coming weeks. These are some of the actions taken by at the end of the 3-day cabinet meeting on the economy. Kojo Ponkruma is the information minister.
First thing was the cabinet took note of the progress of the implementation of the post-crisis program for economic growth. That's the PCPEG, and the cabinet is pleased with the implementation. The second thing is that cabinet has also approved some further economic measures aimed at further consolidating the stability that we are beginning to see and ensuring that we get a lot more growth, expansion and jobs in the Ghanaian economy moving forward.
More on the economy, government has been advised to outline reliable guidelines that will clear debt-owed contractors in the 2024 budget to help reduce non-performing loans in the financial sector. Data from the Bank of Ghana shows that credit that have gone bad reached its 5-year high, putting a stress on banks that took a cut on their profit due to the domestic debt exchange program. Speaking to Joy Business, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahini advocated a credible plan to pay contractors who owe banks to reduce non-performing loans in the financial sector.
The second point, which a lot of people are not taking into consideration, government is the largest employer of businesses in Ghana. And if you hear about the contractors who have not been paid, if you heard of the food suppliers who have not been paid, if you heard about the vendors that have not been paid over the period, all these things dovetail into higher non-performance. So apart from the government being a part of the problem, the unfriendly economic environment is also part of the issue.
banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahini speaking there. Now, the Association of Ghana Industry says, although it welcomes an announcement by the Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta that the 2024 budget will address the high cost of doing business in the country, government must be deliberate to streamline the tax regime to empower local businesses. According to the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the association, Chona Mapelu, this will create room for local manufacturers to thrive.
We're saying that we want the tax regime to be streamlined in order to give room for private local manufacturers to be able to thrive and relieve them of all of this tax burden. So really the issue of taxation is very key for us, and we really look forward for the finance minister to address that in a big way. We have given him our concerns to a proper writing. We had several meetings with him, and we only pray that they will be able to implement some of these recommendations we have for the private sector.
Chona Mapelu is the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries. Now, the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Dr. Ibrahim Mohamed Awal, is urging businesses operating in the tourism industry to improve on customer service delivery in their various organizations. According to him, with Ghana expected to receive about 120,000 tourists in December, the country could generate significant revenue if businesses improve on their service delivery. He spoke to Joy Business at the grand outdooring of the 20-year vision of Lakeside Marina Park.
Our biggest challenge in Africa is in terms of customer care. Once we're attracting visitors, we don't have good customer care. You go to hotels, restaurants, they just serve you, they don't care. It's not the best in tourism. So we are training 6,000 tourists in terms of culture, customer care, upgrading their skills, so that they can improve upon services when people come in. We have what we call December in GH. This is we're expecting 120,000 people in Ghana. 120,000 people. Each person spending $3,000. How about that would generate for Ghana's economy and jobs?
And to some other stories, Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Puku-Prempeh, is making a strong case for a deliberate effort in ensuring an efficient local content participation in upstream petroleum activities. According to him, the Petroleum Commission of Ghana should embark on an effective monitoring of companies to train Ghanaians to operate within the space. He was speaking at the launch of the 2023 Local Content Conference and Exhibition.
If the regulator doesn't show spine, nobody will develop Ghanaians in the petroleum sector. But it is actually probably not in the interest to develop Ghanaians in that sector, unless the regulator stands by what the government is trying to get them. How do you convince me that 10, 50 years, you cannot train a Ghanaian to replace an expert? I'm yet to be convinced. There has to be a deliberate effort by the regulator to shine your eyes. The mere fact that they will promote one or two Ghanaians, not as replacement, but as token, and it will be taken as, Ghanaians are occupying.
Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Puku-Prempeh. Now, government is being urged to diversify the economy to improve the export competitiveness of the country's primary products. That's the advice coming from the African Center for Economic Transformation, ACET. The center has disclosed that successive governments have not been able to diversify the economy away from primary production in the past 2 decades. Dr. Edward K. Brown is a Senior Director, Research and Policy Engagements at ACET.
There's the need to work a little bit more assiduously, to ensure that the economy is diversified. I'll give you an example. In 2000, 5 commodities, gold, oil, cocoa, and nuts, and wood products constituted 70% of total Ghana's exports. 70%. In 2020, it's almost 90%. So
Senior Director, Research and Policy Engagement at ACET, Dr. Edward K. Brown. Let's hear the pension tip of the day on Money Lab.
Hello and welcome to Money Lab. My name is Kofi Poli and Chief Operations Officer of People's Pension Trust. On Money Lab today, we will look at pension tidbits. We will look and try to understand what pension is. Pension is basically a plan to put in place for our old age income security. Some also call it tax-effective way of saving, especially where tax exemptions are in there. Now, pensions are self-funding. By that, what we mean is that all the parties, employer, employee, self-employed, must contribute into this fund so that in their old age, the fund will pay out some monies to the members. Thank you for being with us. Hope to see you in the next episode.
Kofi Pole is the Chief Operating Officer of People's Pension Trust with today's edition of the Pension Tip on Money Lab. Before we go, the EcoBank salary account is a special account designed for workers of all income brackets desirous of receiving their salaries through EcoBank. With the EcoBank salary account, you are guaranteed all the benefits of a normal savings or current account, plus many more. EcoBank salary account gives workers free life insurance cover of up to 10,000 cedis, 24/7 access to cash and e-banking services, internet and mobile banking services, high interest on savings, no minimum balance, ability to save through the EcoBank Save As You Spend, a unique feature that helps customers to save and invest. Remember, the insurance policy covers death, permanent or temporary disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and more. Savings or current account holders at EcoBank do not have to close their existing accounts to enjoy the numerous benefits of the EcoBank salary account. Just ask your branch to switch your existing account to the EcoBank salary account. Non-EcoBank account holders should approach any EcoBank branch and ask for the EcoBank salary account. Switch your salary account today and enjoy amazing benefits at EcoBank. Call EcoBank toll free on 0800 003 225 whenever, wherever for further details. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Always a joy serving you. Do enjoy the rest of our programs. In the meantime, Ignition is next. Do enjoy.